Most fans outside Japan learned about Dragon Ball from a little something called Toonami.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I am talking about the cartoon block I personally used to watch every day from 3 to 5 o'clock, Toonami. Though it was just a cartoon block for anime, it was so much more than that. They also would have occasional game reviews where Tom, the show's host, would review the recent games of the past year. I know a lot of people like Gundam, but personally my favorite shows were Yu Yu Hakusho, Rurouni Kenshin, and Dragon Ball Z.
Not to mention that this Tom fellow had a voice that sounded like chocolate velvet in your ears. And back in our day, there were two ways you watched Dragon Ball. One was you watched the original Dragon Ball anime, the classic, the story of Son Goku who goes throughout the lands fighting many foes in search of the Dragon Balls, always coming up on top in the end, all because he believes in himself. And then you had Dragon Ball Z. And if you've ever wondered where people who like Michael Bay's movies get their love of huge explosions and general badassedness, Dragon Ball Z, as opposed to Dragon Ball, was about two things: the fighting and the Kamehameha. No, you're not ready yet, Joe. The villains in Dragon Ball were always after the Dragon Balls. In Dragon Ball, they were more so the main focus than Son Goku, which throughout Dragon Ball Z proved that he was the true main character of Dragon Ball. But when it first came to Dragon Ball, them enemies were all about them Dragon Balls, and they pretty much go to any lengths to get them.
So then, Mr. Bandicoot, are you ready to tell me what the Dragon Balls are? Don't you play dumb with me, Mr. Bandicoot. Tell me what the Dragon Balls are!
Compare this with DBZ, where all of the villains were basically just after one thing alone, destroying the planet. You got Frieza, who wanted to destroy Namek. You got Cell, who wanted to destroy the Earth. You got Majin Buu, who wanted to destroy everything. You could see where it got a little old after a while. What I like most about Dragon Ball Super is the fact that Toriyama is drawing from both the first half of the original manga and the Dragon Ball Z anime. But before I go off any further in my Dragon Ball Z ramblings, I might as well do this whole thing. Hi, I am Retro, this is Retro Rips, and today we are going to have a lot of fun.
The Kais do what they do best, namely standing around talking about nothing, and Elder Kai goes into a little exposition about Beerus, stating him to be the god of destruction, whereas the Kais are the gods of everything that are good and holy and created and whatnot. Beerus only knows how to destroy.
By the way, I lied last episode. I assumed that he was on his way to Goku's now that he understood that he needed to go after the Super Saiyan God. But no, for this episode, he's simply going after the Oracle Fish. Is it just me, or is Whis a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not just saying this because he's a stereotypical feminine man. I'm saying this because when he saw Beerus' penis, he blushed and went, Beerus, that's your first telltale sign.
Though it's not really pertinent to the episode, this little slice of life bit had me laughing quite a bit. See, 18 and Krillin are stuck in traffic, so instead of waiting for it, they decide just to fly the rest of the way there. Genius.
Does Android 18 just have some kind of weird fetishes with taking cars? Because if I recall, back in Dragon Ball, taking the big van across country road instead of flying directly to Goku, that was her idea. Is she just fucking insane? You think I own a car? No! I can teleport! Fuck you and your average transportation. It makes me so mad I just want to kill something! Note to self, you're gonna have to work on that. You see, this is why I feel like Dragon Ball Super is much more akin to Dragon Ball than it is to Dragon Ball Z. It's about the character interactions, the story, the adventure, being with your family and loved ones and all the people that you've met along the way. That was what Dragon Ball was always about deep down. Even though it got to be about Vegeta and the Saiyans and Goku and who could throw the strongest punch. But really, it was never about any of that. Oh, and remember, Goku and Vegeta aren't expected to be there because they're training, and they're Saiyans. Yeah. You see, Goku misses one of Bulma's birthdays and he's already up in arms. Do you think he gives a fuck if he misses one of Chi-Chi's birthdays? How many did he miss while he was dead? Like, 8 at this point? The point is, where was I going with this? And finally, towards the end of the episode, we discovered that both North Kai and the Supreme Kai do have the ability to sense Beerus. Why they never did so before is beyond me. In the meantime, stay tuned, because next week, Pila. I am Retro. If you liked the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. We're getting better at this. Or at least I hope we are. And if we're not, Senpaku. It's the only way to be sure. Peace. Retro experiment log number 267. Take 1. Ow. Take 2.